Hello, hello. This thing on? Are we going? Are we good to go? We out there on the interwebs. Check it out on my phone real quick. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Welcome to the stream. I know we got Mazem here. Edwin said he would be listening from work or from the ride home, so that's cool. Be safe, bro. Now, I'm not sure quite what's going on here with YouTube giving me an error. Please check the video resolution. The current resolution's 1920 by 1080, which is not optimal. What? How is 1080 not optimal? I don't understand. I'm new to this, so that's okay. That's all right. We'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody else is going to be joining us. Stream settings. I'm still trying to figure out this. I don't have any idea. Welcome, Josh. Glad you could make it. So, in case anybody missed it, I did throw out the file pack we're going to use. Make things a little easier. Kind of condense the files from the instructions into one zip file. So we'll walk through that as we get going. Had a lot of interest from this, so I hope this is helpful to people. It's a lot of fun having a modded 3DS. This session will only cover getting your DS in a modded state and getting it to where you can do all the other fun stuff that we're not going to talk about on this stream because I prefer not to have lawsuits against me. So we'll just leave it at that, just in case. But at some point, you get we're gonna get your 3DS stutter and stick. Welcome. We're gonna get it in a state. Let's see if I can get this on the stream here. Where you can install some fun stuff, right? Where you can have all sorts of fun things. You see all these games I got on here. There's tons and tons of games. So you get there. You'll get there. But again, that's not the point of today's session. Today's session is just to get you started. So welcome. All right, great. Yeah, it's a small file pack. So download that. I don't know if anybody had a chance to do the prereqs. It's just going to help move things along a little bit quicker. So so you're not stuck here again. Now, like what I said in my instructions, this website, let me throw it in the chat too, is 3dshacks.guide. This is everything I follow. Every time I mod a 3DS, I follow this guide. It's updated frequently. So even though we're going through it today, it might change at some point in the future. I've done a bunch of different methods using this. So just FYI. And we'll keep it going. Hey chum, welcome. Use another computer to read the micro SD. So you'll want to download those files on that computer. So I don't know if you have a thumb drive, you want to take it to that computer. If you're going to be using another computer, that file pack's going to be on that computer you're going to use to do the file transfers. So welcome Omega. Glad you can make it. We're just hanging out for a few minutes while everybody arrives and we can get started. Let's see. Oh. We only got welcome, welcome. I'm just trying to check out the stream on my phone at the moment. Mosum, another USB to put that file. Yep. All right. Excellent. Yeah. So that was really step one. I wanted to make sure before we got started today, if you're going to be doing it, to follow this guide we're going to be using, you need to be on the latest version. So if you can see on my screen here, when we scroll down here, this is the version table, right? So you may have been at one of these older versions, but for the sake of uniformity as we go through the updates and the stream, we want to be on this latest version, 11.13. To be honest, these are probably this sound hacks is actually a little bit easier to do. So if you had a really old, an old one, that would be better, but I won't be able to cover it during the video because it's a different process. Yes, we can check the version. So what you want to do is we're going to come into your 3DS and you want to go into the settings. So here we're going to click that and then settings. And it's right here on the settings page. You'll be able to see we got 11.13. Should be able to see that right there. So there we go. All right. Excellent. We got Josh, we got Chum, we got Yomega, we got Mazem Power. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So from this site, this is again I dropped it in the chat. Hopefully everybody has it up. You can follow along. So if you get lost, if the stream dies, we're just following this step by step. We're just gonna knock it out one by one. This is my little USB reader device that I'm gonna use to plug into this computer. I better make sure I have a place to plug it in at, huh? Because actually I think all my ports are full. I'll have to get up and do it, but that's okay. Go ahead, everybody. Make sure you're updated to 11.13. If you updated recently, it should have brought you up to the latest version. So I'm not too worried about it, but it should be good to go there. And I'll go ahead and I'll just move on to the next page. So this first part kind of talks about how, what we're going to be doing, right? So they're going to use an exploit inside the DSiWare application and a tool called Seed Miner to exploit that encryption key. Now I know this sounds like Greek to a lot of people. Don't worry about it. But that's kind of, if you are interested, this is what's happening. So right here is a key part of volunteer-run websites used for the purpose of assisting you. So you're gonna need to be on the computer to do this as well, and we're gonna be using this website called Brute Force Movable. It's all linked here, and I'll link it in the chat as well for everybody as we get going. Awesome, perfect, Mosum. Excellent. All right, and if we get going and we're going too fast, just let me know. No problem, Edwin. Stay safe, man. So this is a compatibility test. I didn't run it. I didn't ask you guys to run it, but basically, you can, as long as you go to data management, the DSiWare, you should be good. If you need to use a legacy method, let me know. You can try it though. Should be good. Again, most people here. Please do, Mosum. No worries. I took the day off of work. I'm here to hang out with you guys. I know some of this stuff may take a little bit of time, especially after we get through this next step, where you're going to need to download the what's called the movable.sed file, and we'll get there in just a second. So I'm available to help you. I went ahead and I kind of jumped ahead. I've already done that step, so you're not waiting on me to do that part on stream. But no big deal. I'm here to wait. I'm here to help everybody here. So that's my goal. So hopefully you've done this part already. So everybody who's here, if you've followed my info on Twitter, if you listen to the prereqs, this is what should have been done first. You inserted the SD card on your computer, you got to the Nintendo 3DS folder, and you got the long name of that folder that's in there. You didn't go into any other folders, just that first folder inside Nintendo 3DS, and you got that long file name. You saved it in a secure location, and you've set up your Me so you can add friends on 3DS. That's where we need to be. So as long as we're good there, you should be good to go. So I will pause here so in case there's anybody that's not quite ready at this point. If you haven't done that, let me know. But let's see. Sorry. All right. We're going to keep going here pretty soon. No, you don't have to rename it. You don't. That would be only if once you went in there were multiple long names, but if there's not, you don't need to rename it. If there was only one long file name, you're good. You're good. That's only. This is only if, right? If you see multiple folders, so shouldn't have to. But you should be good to go. No, you don't have to. Oh, yep. All right. Stream seems to be looking all right on the phone. Anyway, looks like you can see my screen pretty good. So that's good. That's good. All right. You just need to capture that information because at the next step, we're going to go to this other website. So right here, this is the next step. Open bruteforce.movable on your computer, and that's this site. So what you're going to do, let me make it a little bigger so everybody can see it. From here, you're going to take that long number and you're going to stick it in this field, and then you're going to put the friend code from your 3DS into this field. Very simple, and then you're going to hit go. And then you're going to wait a couple minutes. It might take 2 or 3 minutes. Perfect. You're good, Mazam. The other thing is here, if you don't have me on Twitter, add me on Twitter, and you can send me a picture of what you're looking at. So, just the name, just the long name here, Muslim. As you can see here, you just need that long 32 characters. You don't need the actual folder. You just need to capture the name. So let me show you how. I don't think I have a way of showing you that. Let's see. Here, maybe if I bring this onto the screen, you can see it. Just the character name. That's all you need. You just need the 32 characters, the name of the folder. This was mine. So if I was going to be doing this again, I would take this, just the name of it, and I'd paste it here. And then I'd take my friend code from the 3DS friends list, and it's going to be up here. It's going to be, there's an orange icon at the top. Friend list. That's where you're going to find the other little bit of info. So these are the two things we need to move forward. So once we have that, and you punch it in here, hey, no worries. Slow computer's fine. Slow computer's fine. So here we go again. You should be able to see. I keep having to switch back and forth. No problem, chum. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Oh, there we go. Now this isn't my main 3DS, so if you try to add this code, I won't be able to play with you. But for the purposes of this video, this is the one I'm using, and you can see you just need that friend code, and we're gonna stick it in here on the on this other website. So I'll hang tight here. Now, once you've done that, and you put in your friend code here, and you put in that ID, the IDs there. Hey, zombie, welcome. Once you've done that, just go ahead and hit the go button. I'll type it in again here so you can take a look. 0705. And so then you hit the go button. Really? Eight 217. 8799. There we go. Oh, thanks, zombie. Appreciate it. Let's try to remove these. Don't know why. Maybe the JavaScript stopped here or something. Oh. So, it looks like we got at least 2 people. So this is right here at the top. We got 2 people are being mined, 2 miners on standby, 1 user in the queue. So that's cool. The me code. Yeah, that's on this page on your 3DS. So we can go back there again real quick. So from the home screen, at the very top, there is this orange face icon and friend list. That's where you want to go. And then I clicked on it, friend list, and then you go over to your me, and that shows you the friend code. Awesome. So yeah, on this site, you're just going to want to put in the friend code and put in the ID here. And let it do its thing. It might take just a few minutes. So there's not too many people waiting. It says 1 user in the queue, 2 are being mined. Not that big of a deal. It should just take just a minute. And then what you'll see is it'll do the brute force. It'll turn like a yellow bar. It'll tell you to wait. And this part goes real fast. It says it could take 30 minutes, and I've never seen it take that long. I've never seen it take longer than a minute or two. Maybe 5 minutes has been the longest I've ever seen it take. So don't worry about it. And then you're going to want to download that file. So this is all section 3 here. So once we've done this, once you have that movable.sed file from that other website, we'll continue. And so Muslim is going to be my my star example student today. So, but please, if anybody else is following along, you have questions, you need me to back up, you need me to help, send me screenshots on Twitter. Take a picture of your device, send it on Twitter, and I would be happy to look at it if you were getting confused. You want to throw it in the chat, throw your question in the chat. We're just hanging out. We got some people here, so thank you. Appreciate it. Is doing the process. Perfect. Yeah, I got a few. Most of these are the kids that I have sitting around. This is one of the kids sitting here. This one's mine that you see me play on stream. I've got 2 more back there somewhere. I've got a bunch of crap. You know how it goes. Life of the gamer, life of the collector. That's the way it is. So, and yeah, this one I've just it's been sitting in a drawer. It's in great shape. Picked it up for $20 probably over a year ago. And again, when the kids break one, I need to have some on hand for replacements and stuff. So, luckily, the last time the kid broke one, another kid had already broken one, so I had spare parts. So I haven't had to bust out this one yet, but this one will be ready to go soon. If not, I can always sell it to help fund the 32X collection, since that's what I'm working on right now. So, that's a good question, Zombie. And one EC Myers had actually reached out on Twitter. The thing with the streaming, like the way I do it, you won't be able to use a 2DS or a 3DS. You'll have to be the brand name, the upgraded new Nintendo 2DS or 3DS with a faster processor to do good live stream. So the one I'm using, you can tell it has the C stick here, and this is the new Nintendo 3DS. This model is the kind you can stream from the best way. I think the other ones, you can try it. I mean, I just per the instructions of the stream setup, it works best with your new Nintendo 3DS. Now, the advantage of even modding the old ones, Honda Accord into a Lamborghini Retro Ryan. That is an LS swap. You're going to need a Chevy LS motor, and you're going to get that Honda out of there. All right. And then we can LS swap the Honda, and it will be faster than a Lamborghini. That's what I recommend. Got to do the LS swap. LS swap, all the things. I'm all about that. That's for sure. So we're just hanging out here. We're waiting for Mosm to get to this part where he can say download movable.sed. So once that is done, we can move on to the next section. Hopefully that'll be here pretty soon. If anybody else, is stuck, let me know. If you have already downloaded it, let us know in the chat as well. Let us know that, hey, I got my movable sed and we're good to go. Got 4 miners on standby. Hopefully they're all from this chat. Hopefully everybody's getting it going. So so the advantage to this is to install something. Yes, it appears a message to add. Yes, add the bot to your friend list. Please do. That's step 1 here on the list. You do want to add that bot. So step 1, add the bot, and that allows the bot to just get the little bit of information it needs to create that file. So what the modding allows is twofolds. So the most legit thing is going to be this homebrew launcher. This allows you to install homebrews on it. Okay. The next thing that this allows is for you to install the FBI launcher. Okay, FBI application. And what the FBI application allows you to do, I don't know for sure what FBI stands for. They kind of played off the government titles for FBI, and then I'll just let you know that the FBI app allows you to install CIA files. So FBI and CIA are not government institutions when discussing this. Here they are the FBI is the application, and CIA is the file type. CIA file types refer to let's just say backups, file backups. So you can take your your physical cartridge. I thought I had one sitting here. Maybe there's one in my case. You take the physical cartridge and you can dump them to a memory card, right? Or maybe at some point somebody else has dumped their cartridges to memory cards and you can find them on place. Perfect, Mosm. That's it. Download that sed. That's what we need. That's what we've been waiting for. Mosm Move is moving right along. My star student. So, excellent. So we will move on to the next step. Once that is done, we're gonna open up the next website, and that's gonna be the unsafe mode website. That's right, Mosm. That's exactly right. That's what we need. So I'm gonna say here, installing Bootstrap 9. So it says here what you're going to need for this next step is you're going to need that movable.sed file and the latest release of Luma 3DS, which is included in that file pack that I've already provided to my students. All right. So the next step is we're going to open up this other website, and I'll paste it here. The TSA. Tub Stackers of America, right? They are not available. They're not part of the alphabet soup in this 3DS world. So so let's open up the unsafe mode website. I had it up here. Here we go. Unsafe mode. Zoom in a bit. and you're going to choose your movable.sed, and then you're going to click download. This one you won't have to wait at all. It's going to process what it needs to process with that file right away. It automates the creation of the payload required for using unsafe mode exploit without any additional titles installed in your system. You can find the information you need to build it manually from the source code on GitHub if you would like. If you don't like, just click download. That's all you have to do. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to save it. Perfect. So Mozum is almost caught up with me as to right exactly where I'm at in the process, which is good. That's kind of what I was waiting for. I was waiting for somebody, you know, for us to all stay on the same page here. Oh, excellent. Okay, so the next step is, let's go to the list. We'll just follow the instructions. Okay, download unsafe mode. It will download an exploit called ffood 435D5, and a safe mode exploit called USM. All right, step 4, if your console's powered on, power it off. Shut it down. Zombie, that was my phone going off. Thank you for sharing it on Twitter, as always. Zombie, the main supporter of all the smaller YouTube channels, all YouTubers, streamers, gamers. We love you, Zombie. All right, powered off. Next step, we're going to insert the SD card into your computer. So make sure you have those files that I sent you, because you're going to need them now. So let me plug in my my SD card. The problem is where I'm going to have to do it up here. Excuse my belly in the way here. All right. Okay. That's right, Mozum. We're going to put the files on the SD card next. So, inside that live... Oh. Whoops. Stupid mouse gestures. Inside that that zip file that I sent you, that I threw out there, which is this, you should see 2 directories, final and SD. We're going to start with the SD. We're not ready for final yet. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unzip the unsafe mode to get those files that they just gave us. So let's do that real quick. Okay. Alright, so first thing they want you to do is copy boot.firm, boot.3dsx to the root of your SD card. You'll find those in SD. So you just copy them over to the root of your SD card. Okay. And then they want you to copy the USM to the root of your SD. So that's in the unsafe mode file. So we'll put that on the root of the SD card. Okay. Then navigate to Nintendo 3DS. Let me pull up the chat, make sure we're not losing anybody here. So far, so good. Again, well, I'll go slow. So I'm going to copy the total of 3 files over so far is what I've done. We've got these 3. So the root of your SD card should look like this. boot.3dsx, boot.firm, and the USM file from the unsafe mode download that we just did. So I'm going to hang out here for just a second because the next step we're going to go into these directories. Excellent. So we still got one more to do. Now we're going to go into the Nintendo 3DS directory, then into the one long name, and then to the next long name, and then here you see I got the ext data. Now I don't have a folder called Nintendo DSiWare, which is okay. I need to create it right here. If Nintendo DSiWare does not exist, create it. So I'm just going to copy it here, copy the name, and then create a new folder. And we're going to call it Nintendo DSiWare. If there's any existing DSiWare files, move them to your PC. Well, there's not. And then I think, let's see what the next step is. Copy the food 43D5 file from USM archive to the DSiWare folder. So let's do that too. So again, I made the DSiWare folder, and now we're just going to copy that food bin file over. And that's it for the files on your computers at this point. At this point, we're ready to go do the exploit on the 3DS. So Mazem, once you've got that far, let me know, and we will continue. Yes, I will paste it here in the chat. This is it, just like this. Nintendo DSiWare. That's what it needs to say. Formatted just like that. Capital N in Nintendo and capital DS, lowercase I, capital WARE. Here, and then if you're following along, if you want this page, this is the page we're on in the guide right here. This is the link. I'll throw it out there in the chat. And I'll just hang tight. Actually, what the next time is I'm gonna go ahead and eject the SD card from my computer because it's time to stick it back in the system. All right. Oh, it cut the URL short. Here, just a second. Let me shorten it up for you. Well, for now, we're gonna come back after the step. That's all we need to do for now. I'm just trying to make this URL shorter here for you. There we go. This should take you to that page now. The chat broke it up. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, that link should work. All right. Now, yep, here we go. So the next thing I'm going to do, took the SD card out of my card reader. We're going to stick it back in the console. And we're ready for Banner Bomb 3. Now, anybody familiar with modding your Wii knows that Banner Bomb is the title of the exploit for the Wii. So apparently they're going with that. Yes, we're gonna put the SD card on the 3DS, We're going to turn it on. Make sure you guys can see it. I am trying to juggle lots of windows. I'll sit here. Okay, 3DS coming on. We're going to go ahead and open up those settings. System settings, okay. Then we're going to go to data management, DSiWare. So data management is right there in the lower quadrant. Data management, DSiWare. Okay. Click on the SD card section. We're getting real close. See if we can capture it as it goes. There it goes. There it goes. That's it. Bottom screen should flash red. The system will reboot to home for a few seconds later. That means the exploit profile was copied successfully. There's the reboot. So I'll wait for Mosm to get through that point. And then you turn it off. Uh-oh. All right, Mosm. Where are you at, bro? You want to send me a picture on Twitter as to what you're seeing, and I'll take a look. There's no accessible software. Did you get that after the clicking on SD on your 2DS or 3DS? Yeah, no problem. We are hanging out, like I was saying before. I got nowhere else to be. I got nothing but time. We're just chilling. Just chilling. Missing my mouth with my drink. You know how it goes. Getting cocky. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. I mean, I think we had up to 10 people here earlier, and now there's 8. I'm just amazed anybody's here with us, so thank you so much. All right, here we go. Mosm sending me the info. Let's see what you got, Mosm. All right. Oh, and Mosm has a new 3DS. That's good. So, if you don't mind, let's go back to the computer. Put your SD card back in the computer, and if you can send me a screenshot, and I'll do the same so you can see what I want. How do you mod the Wii U? That's a good question. I do have a modded Wii U. I didn't do the mod. That was my oldest son. From what I understand, it's not very hard. My oldest son, he's actually the one who originally got me into this modding scene, but I wish you worked at my Best Buy, but maybe you could understand. Oh, you got it? What did you get, Mosm? How far are you? Let me know if I need to show it on screen what we need to fix. or if we're ready to continue. Yeah, I wish you worked at Best Buy so you could understand what I'm looking for. I would do my best. Customer service. Omega Ace wants to know, what am I drinking? Well, I was all out of bubblies, and we went to Walmart, and all they had was the all they had was the generic bubbly. Okay, hey Mazam, on that picture, go into the 3DS folder and then into the long name folder. This is the Walmart bubbly, generic. I got a lime Walmart. Oh, you're fine, Mazam. No worries. There we go. Nintendo DSiWare, perfect. Okay, and then inside there, what's in there? Yeah, let me back up a step, Mazam, and I'll throw it on the screen so you can see what we need to have in that directory. It's no problem. I can just plug in the card back in and show you what we're dealing with here. So it's gonna be this food. Let me even make this a little easier for you. This one, this food F00D43DS D5. This file needs to go in that Nintendo DSiWare directory. No, that's the whole point of this live stream. That is like the whole thing. That's why I'm doing this, is to help anybody out that has an issue. So, and I'm glad you have an issue. So if anybody goes back and is watching this later that isn't part of the live stream, like Edwin said he was going to do, Omega said he was going to do it once he got the stuff, they'll know, you know, this was a little hiccup somebody had while they were working on it. This is perfectly fine. So, yeah, this file just needs to be in there. So hopefully you can see it on the screen. So, yeah, no, I understand what he's asking for. RF demodulator or a female threaded coax to male coupler. So the RF demodulator is probably what they're going to have at Best Buy. They're not going to have the threaded coax to male coupler, because those things you used to find at Radio Shack, but now Radio Shack isn't around. All right, perfect, Mazam. Now put it back in your DS and go back into that DSiWare in the settings. Data management, just like I said here, data management, DSiWare. That's right. Then we'll put the card in the 3DS and go back through what we were just saying. Yeah, Zombie, this is literally almost all I drink is the bubbly. This or regular water. And then if I'm feeling like I need to imbibe in something a little bit more, I'll add a little vodka to this. Part of that carnivore diet that I'm on. So I'm waiting on Mazam to get to this section. He's waiting for the bottom screen to flash red and the system to reboot, and then he can turn it off. And then we'll go on to the next section together. Lemon, lime, orange. Oh man, orange is so good. The orange is so good. Yeah, right? But you know what? I don't even know that Best Buy is going to have an RF demodulator. You know, the RF... There are no accessible software data. Let me look at your pictures again here real quick. Check the instructions. Hey, what's up, Big D? Big DJ? Glad you could make it. Two 3DS. Alright, I'm going to put my card back in the computer, double check, see what I got. So usually I don't have to get up to add the card to my computer, but because I got the camera going and the mic plugged in to my other stuff, my other ports that are locally here, my desk is a mess. This room is a mess. Okay, Nintendo 3DS, go into that one. Go into that one. Nintendo DSiWare and the food. Yeah, that you got. That looks right, Mazum. Let's make sure. Let me look at your pictures again. Let's see. USM. That's there. That's there. Wrestling with Games. Hey. Welcome, welcome. Let's see what you got, Zombie. Really? That's all they have? Although, that's interesting that they make those with HDMI now. I guess it's that... I guess we're at that point. That's not quite what you're looking for, though, I don't think. Dang, Mazum. Let me look again. He's typing something. Well, I don't know that you're doing something wrong per se, Mazum. Nintendo 3DS. We're helping out Mazum. For those that are just joining, Mazum is stuck on this step, so we're trying to see if we can help him get past it. All you can stream from Atari. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. It might be easier to get your Atari modded at this point to get a composite or S video out. Lit, what's up, man? Oh, Zombie, why'd you hide Lit? Lit Gaming was hidden by Zombie. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. Whoops. No, your version is right. 11.13. That's exactly where we want to be. movable set. Nice, Edwin. Very nice. All right, let me see what else we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see what Google says here, because sometimes that's what you got to do. There is no accessible software data. Let's see what we're saying here. When I go to Homebrew, can I find applications? Okay, that's not helpful. Yep, maybe try copying those files over one more time. Let's see. 3DS won't read the SD card. .3DS. No. Software data. Yeah, we're not quite ready for God Mode 9. Maybe Muslim, yeah, maybe if we check the check your memory card and see, run a check on it, making sure that it's not corrupted. And again, retransfer those files over one more time. Just replace them. Because it could be. I'm gonna put it on Twitter too. Here. Replace the. Copy them again. Copy. We'll try that. I only have Tetris, Link Between Worlds, and Ocarina for my 3DS. I'm looking for good deals. Well, maybe if you go back through this video, follow these steps on the guide, you wouldn't have to look for deals. There's it'd be possible just to install the games. Another method. AssTube is right, Big D. That's for sure. Especially since they removed the clicking on the user's name to go to their channel. That is just booty. That makes no sense. Let's see. Let's see if Muslim's making any progress. Oh, you know what, Muslim 2? The other thing I notice on your screen, one thing you might want to do, and I don't know that this would have anything to do with it right now, but later it might affect it, is you want to fix the date and time on your 3DS. I would recommend doing that too, because it looks like your 3DS thinks it's Friday, July 25th. But last time I checked, we're not quite to July yet. So... $13 likes. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. That's right. Big D's got some good points. I gotcha. So this, let's. You still might want to fix it. The R4 card, you know, you might not need it anymore. By the way. So while I do have an R4 card here, I never use it anymore. Oops. So, just an FYI. Although, yeah, I got a 16 gig card in there. I better. Yeah, I never use the R4 card anymore since my DS has been set up the way I need it to. So, there's really no point in having an R4 card that I can think of anymore. Although, if you have an R4 card, okay, we can do this off stream, and I can help you through it. EC Myers, welcome. There, if you look here on the screen, you can do another hack method with the R4 card. So see, it says require but compatible flash card. So if your R4 card was on this list, that's another exploit method for doing it. So you know, if it doesn't quite work out for you while we're on this stream, Mozum, I'd be glad to do a one-on-one session for to help you out, and we can figure it out. Again, I've run into issues with modding 3DSs, but I've never been blocked. I've always been able to get over them, overcome them, find a different way of doing that. So, just FYI. Now, and this next part is actually kind of tricky too. When we get to this, this part is what took me a minute last time I did one to figure out. Left shoulder, right shoulder, D-pad up, A and power all at the same time. That was not fun. It's a little tricky, but we got to get you. We got to get that exploit. We got to get that exploit fixed on yours, Mozum. Glad you can make it, Eugene. Appreciate it. Eugenius. Alright, let me eject the card from here. And get up again. We're so close, by the way. All right. Left shoulder, right shoulder. D-pad up. Hallelujah. Oh, that's a good sign. Progress. See, that date and time has got me more than once on that, and I don't know if that fixed it or the fact that we had let's see. Excellent. He's typing something to me on Twitter. Let's see. Mosm. I don't know whether to look at the chat or my phone. Excellent. Okay, so turn it back off. So now this is the tricky part. Mosms, we made it. We made it to the next step. We're ready to go to section 3 here, unsafe mode. So I'm using in my right hand. I'm holding. Let's see if I can. I need to see myself so I can show you. Make sure you can see what I'm saying. So I got the left and the right button up here. All right, we got to hold these down. You got to hold up on the D-pad A. Okay, so this is on a 2DS. It's going to be a little bit different on your 3DS, Mosm. But figure it out. Use your nimble fingers to you know, the ones the ladies like so much. You're gonna want to do that, and then it says release the buttons after a few seconds. Last time I did this, I was holding them too long. So you're gonna hold them. I'm gonna hit the button. Let's see if we can get it to do it. Okay, I'm gonna let go. It's thinking. That is it. I got it. I got it on the first go. Update your Nintendo 3DS system. This is where we want to be. So let me go back to the chat. Stay on the chat on YouTube. Okay, I'll stay here. I was going to do two 2DSs originally. I think the other one is still... Is it here? No, I must have put it back. But then I discovered that one was on a way older firmware. So I'm just going to leave it because... Sorry, EC Myers. Apologies. Wife gets after me sometimes because I'm inappropriate from time to time. Hold up and A. Yeah, you have to hold all those buttons at the same time and then turn it on. I'll copy it here in the chat. And then about 2 seconds after you do that, 2 seconds after you do that, the you'll let go. So hold all the buttons, turn it on, wait about 2 seconds, and then let go of all the buttons at the same time. And you want to get to this screen. So I'm gonna wait here until you're on the screen of update your Nintendo 3DS system. Getting to this point. That was the hard part. From here, we're gonna be rolling right along if you can get to this part. Okay, told me to connect to the internet, update the system. Perfect. That's where we want to be. Okay, so we're gonna say okay. Let me get back here. Mosm's on the same page. All right. So say okay. Connect and update. Okay, so you're going to want to go ahead and go through this menu, and it's going to error out. So go ahead and say I accept down there at the bottom. And it should error out, and that's what we want. If we look here in the instructions, oops. Error code 0031099. That should happen. There it is. Okay, intended behavior. That's good. Facebook Marketplace, Miss Eugene. There was one. I didn't even go get it. There was one for $60 locally. I would take a look. That's correct. It will work for playing backup games. That's the advantage of doing it on these old systems. Homebrew games as well, playing, quote unquote, your backups. Where you found your backups, I won't tell you. No, you don't. No, you don't. This is part of the instructions, so we're gonna follow the guides here, Mazem. You told me to check Twitter, but let's follow the guide. Go ahead and say yes. Say connect to the internet. Update the settings. Say okay. This is where you're at. You're here on step 2 on my screen. If you take a look at the chat. Let's see. Let me scoot over because my face is getting cut off a little bit. Yeah, Mazem. No. Oh, okay. You've moved. You're actually a little ahead of me, Mazem. Okay, so here we're gonna go into right here. Would you like to configure internet settings? This is where we're at, Mazem. Sorry. I was getting into the chat too. Let's go back here, Mazem. All right, so here we are. Would you like to? This is kind of what you were showing me. Would you like to configure internet settings? Say yes. Then we're going to go to connection 1, change settings, and you want to go over to proxy settings. That's where we're at. So get there. Nope, you're good. You're right where we should be. This is part of the instructions. So right here, on the following menu, navigate to connection 1, change settings, right arrow, proxy settings, and then detailed setup, and then you should see the magic happen. Proxy settings. Let's get. I want to make sure I capture this on the screen. There it goes. There it goes. That's it. That's it right there. Once you see B9S install success, press any button and reboot to Luma configuration. Your DS is now modded. That is what it says, right? Greetings from A9H. Oh, ARM9. ARM9 loader hacks. Boot 9 strap B9S. Install success. Let's wait for Mazem to get that message. All right. So press any key to reboot. Okay, so I hit the button and I reboot, and now we're in Luma. Luma is now installed on the DS. This DS, like I said, is now modded. This is the key. Once you got Luma installed, I mean, you've really opened it up, because you've accessed the lower level software here, right? We've got access to the NAND. You can do emunand and stuff. So we're ready to move on to section 4 and the instructions for those following along at home. I'm excited. I'm glad this helps somebody, and hopefully other people. Perfect, Mazem. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go A and turn on the following setting. This is step 2. Show NAND user string and system settings. Show NAND, and just hit the button and then press start. And it should shut down and reboot. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we want to fix the Wi-Fi. So basically the only thing we're going to do now is we're going to stick the card back in the computer. Okay, and the rest of those files now from the file pack that I sent out, we're going to need to copy those. But so let me show you what we're going to do. Give me 1 second. Get your card in the computer ready, and we're going to move on to the last little bit. We're pretty much done. Just some cleanup work now. All right. You can see into the matrix. All right. So yeah, again, anybody can do it. Following these directions, they're it's a little daunting, right? Because you have so many, you have so much instructions and stuff, and there's just a lot of steps. But it's really not that difficult, and hopefully, I've shown that here in the video. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right. So let's go back. Let me pull up the SD card I just stuck in. Actually, we're going to do this. Open a new window. We're going to work with 2 of these. Class. Here we go. All right. So now we're going to, first thing we're going to do is on the SD card to get those Wi-Fi profile back. If you noticed when we were doing it, easy mark, knock, it's Nintendo. So yeah, that's why in this video we're only talking about doing the mods. That's always legal, right? You own this device. You're free to do whatever you want to it. Now, what software you put on it and how you obtain such software, that is outside the scope of this session. But maybe if you are nice and I know you and you PM me on Twitter, I might be able to help you. But if I don't know you, I don't know what you're talking about. So we're going to come back into that file and we're going to remove that food file inside that DSiWare. We're done with it. We've done the hack. I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Mosm. So that'll get you your Wi-Fi profile back. I believe that's what it said. Delete food, yeah, from your folder. That's it. Okay. Continue to finalizing setup. Now, here's the other thing. It's right here at the top of this page. For anybody later that goes through and is following this, and if you have any issues, and I'm not around, if for some reason I'm not responding to you, or you know, we call it at work the get hit by the bus scenario. There is good people, usually, asterisks, in this Nintendo homebrew on Discord. So don't be afraid to reach out. I've reached out for help on there. Last time I had an issue, they did help me out. I was upgrading my son's 2DS to the later version of Luma, and I ran into some issues, and they helped me out. But be very careful not to mention anything about piracy in there. They will definitely ban you. So, all right. So now we're good, right? We're modded. Yeah, BFG. That's who did it, right? So we use Luma 3DS to boot a patch sysnand directly, allowing us to completely bypass the need any kind of emunan, vastly simplifying the use of a hacked 3DS in addition to saving SD card space. Yeah, little story time. I remember my son when he was probably 6. No, he had have only been in 5th grade, and he was on the cusp of the 3DS hacking scene when none of this was laid out, none of this was available. And I remember him saying, "All right, Dad, I'm ready to do it." He's like, "If I hit this button, it's either gonna brick my DS or it's gonna work." And he hit the button. He's like, "Oh, it worked!" He was so happy. He got the emunand set up, and oh my gosh, he was excited. Now I had to teach him how these new updated methods. So, all right. So here we go. This is all the kind of stuff. They're kind of throwing a bunch at you here. I have prepped, again, all this stuff for you. I'm not messing with Checkpoint because we're not worried about backups. I'm not messing with Anemoine 3DS because I'm not worried about themes. Those are available there if you'd like to download them, mess with themes, mess with backups. The rest of this is what we are going to do. We are going to do Homebrew Launcher, which we'll get to in just a second. We are going to do FBI to install CIA formatted games and applications. This is the whole point of modding your 3DS. And yeah, so prep work. I've done all this for you. All we need to do now is copy them over from the SD card. So if you have the files that I had sent out from the file pack, just go to Final. All right, and now we're going to copy all of this. Just take it all and copy it to the root of your SD card. So from here, I'm just going to copy it here, over, and let it go. Yeah, it's pretty funny that they call it FBI. Yes, just merge the directories, please. Windows, don't ask me again. All right. So again, from the final folder from my pack that I sent out, you'll find the pack in the description of the video that the live stream video, and on my Twitter. It's just a pre-compiled folder of all of this for this session. Again, these things change from time to time. There's newer versions of Luma released. There's newer versions of some of these exploits, different methods. So if in a month or two, just double check and make sure all this still is applied. You might have to download a newer version and not use my file pack because that could cause you trouble. But for today, this is the most accurate information. We did not do a CTR transfer. Okay. All right. Let me eject that card. Eject. All right. Okay, so now the next step, we're gonna stick this back in here, SD card back in the 3DS, 2DS, whatever you're working with. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. Okay. I'm looking for the chat. All right. So next we're going to launch the download play application. So they've modified the download play. Part of the hack is they injected some software into the download play application. So we're going to open that up. So let me find it here. There it is. Download play. Can we see it on the stream? Yes, you can. I'll just leave my elbow right here. Seems to be a good spot. Download play. Open it up. Okay. So now wait until you see the two buttons, which we've got. We're going to press left shoulder, D-pad down. Okay. And then select at the same time. And now it's switched. You saw that happen. It switched the menu. Okay, go down to miscellaneous options. A few more. Okay, miscellaneous options. That top option right there, switch the HB title to the current app. So you want to switch Homebrew to the current app, which is this download play application. Operation successful. Then you hit B and back all the way out. Hit home, and actually we're going to close this out. Okay, close. And then you're just going to open it again. And now you're in the Homebrew launcher. Check the chat real quick. See, as long as we still are good. Oh, thank you, Eugene. Appreciate it. Have a good afternoon. Hey, video game lover, welcome. All right, Mosm, let me know once you're here. You should be now at the homebrew launcher. Okay. So let me wait for confirmation from Mosm, since he has been my star student. Okay, you're in the homebrew launcher. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna run that first one, CTR no time offset. Go ahead and press that. Let it do its thing. Offset is now, and then we'll just hit press A to offset. Let's follow the instructions here. Press A to set the offset to 0. Okay, offset changed. Reboot is highly recommended. We're not going to do that. You just push start. And that should send you back to homebrew launcher. Yes, yes. Okay, and next we're going to do FBI. There's FBI. Okay. We're going to go ahead and say, now see we're on to section 4 here. Navigate to SD CIAs. Select current directory. So navigate CIAs. And then there's that option right there, current directory. You see the list of all the CIA files. So in the future, if you happen to obtain, wherever you obtain them, you know, you like your official backups, your CIA files, you will put them in your CIA directory in your SD card, and you'll do this same process, but to install other CIA files. So I'm just going to say current directory, hit A, and for this instance, I'm going to say install and delete all CIA files. That's what I'm going to do. Fetching the list. Are you sure you want to install? Yes. And there it goes. It's installing DSP. It's going to actually install the FBI application now to the main menu, instead of just having it hidden inside the homebrew menu inside download play. And it's also going to install the homebrew launcher to the main menu. Luma 3ds updater will keep your Luma up to date without having other trouble, so you'll definitely want to keep that on there. It'll also be on your home menu. And that's all. We've got it. Now, this is always fun. After you install anything through FBI, you go home and look at that. New software has been added to the home menu. Look, I got gifts. Little packages they sent me. Oh, look, how nice. How nice of them. All right. Excellent. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mosm. So go ahead and open up. Just kind of hit the button. Unwrap is the word that it says there. Unwrap all of these. Oh, I see. A few of these were previously added, like Tamagotchi left. They're not all. Some of these are demos Nintendo tried to push onto this DS. But there's Homebrew Launcher, there's FBI, and there's DSP. So DSP is going to be the first one we're going to want to run with that nice little chip there. Okay, Section 5 is where we're at on the guide. Section 5, DSP pump. Launch the DSP application. Once it's completed, press B to self-delete the app. So we'll run it. Oh yeah, go ahead and close download play because we're done with it now. Okay. It ran a little tune. I don't know if you heard it. It just said tested the DSP. Firmware written to... You can kind of see what it says there. But I'm going to go ahead and hit B to delete the app. I will be honest, I'm not sure what the point of this is, but it's part of the guide, so I'm going to follow it. All right. Okay, now, all right, here's the next thing we're going to do. Power off the device. Hey Vash, welcome. Welcome. We have at least one person, Mozum, has successfully modded his 3DS. So I've at least helped one person on this stream, and that makes it all worth it. Just at least helping somebody. And somebody as cool as Mozum. Uh-oh, you're lost. What's wrong? Where you at? I moved too fast. The app itself, so you let's go back up. I'll scroll back up here so you can see it. You're going to launch the DSP1 application. And then once it's completed, it'll make a little tone, and it'll be on a blue screen, and it should say press B to self-delete. And that's where you want to be. That you don't have to actually remove anything else. But that should do it. I'll wait until you tell me you're good. Okay, he's good now. All right. So next is more like cleanup and backup in case something ever was to happen to your DS. We're gonna take a backup and clean up your SD card. So these are the next steps. So again, if you get lost, we're just following the guide. First step 1 is power off the device, which we did. I think this is where I need to put my elbow, right here. So power off the device. All right. Now you're going to turn it on, and you're going to hold start at the same time. There's start. Here's power. God mode 9. Okay. There you go. Now, once you get to this screen, we're going to be able to continue. You are prompted to create essential files backups. Press A to do so, then press A to continue once it's completed. This is step 3 on this part of the guide. Backup embedded in sysnand and written to GM9 out. Press A to continue. Yes. Okay, if you are prompted to fix the RTC date and time, press A to do so, and then set the date and time. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, 2020. I cannot believe that, honestly. It's kind of crazy to think about. We're going to say May 5 and 8. That's 8th, by the way. It's 3:53, 14, 2, 3, 3:36, sorry, excuse me, where I'm at. Okay. Set the time. Hit home menu. Time needs manual adjustment after setting the RTC. So fix your time later, by the way. Okay. So we are done with step 4. Now we're on to step 5. Press home for the action menu. So let's zoom in here so you can see. Home. There's that action menu pop up. Okay. Go down to scripts. That's step 6. Okay. GM9 mega script. It's the first one on the list. Okay. And then select scripts from Plakelet's guide. Almost down all the way to the list. Okay. And then set up Luma, CTR, and 3DS. Check on MOSM. Okay. All right. This will copy Luma 3DS to your NAND, allowing the system to work without the SD card. Yes. Please do. Not as big of a deal on the new 3DS, which I know MOSM has, but on these 2DSs with the kids, I cannot tell you how many times they've lost their SD card and they're like, my DS won't turn on. And what will happen is that this blue light here, okay, it will glow. It'll like get real bright and then it'll shut down slowly if you don't do this step. So we want to do this. Writing to SysNAND, level 12 is locked. Unlock it now. Right here. And we're on step 11 now, actually. Press A to unlock the SysNAND writing and give the key input key as listed. Better be careful. You'll want to enable SysNAND level 2 writing permissions. This enables you to modify irrecoverable system data. Yeah, we're going to do it. Up, right, up, A. Luma 3DS copied successfully. So that's good news. A to continue. Okay, A to continue. Now we're ready to go to section 7. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. We're moving right along. Like I said, I'm just taking my time. Generally, once you get the hang of this down, this goes super quick. You're just like, oh yeah. I know what I'm doing. But trying to go slow for everybody here today. Trying to go slow for those that are going to rewatch this later. So hopefully this helps you. If you're watching this later, drop me a comment if you were able to get this far. I would love to know that this helps somebody. I know there's a lot of videos about modding your 3DS, but I don't know that anybody's ever done it on live stream before. So we're doing it now. Okay, section 7. Clean up SD card. All right, so we're going to clean up the SD card. That's the next option. It's the second option down, by the way. Clean up SD card. This will clean up the final step of your SD card. Continue. Yes. SD card now squeaky clean from setup files. I like that. That's good. A to continue. All right. Now we're on to section 8. Backup essential files. Now, I would recommend it for anybody watching this. I am let's say the word maverick, I guess, because I'm not going to do anything with this backup, but I will make it for the sake of the video. Select backup options. Okay. Oh, let me see. Did they tell us to back out? Yeah, right here. Press B to return to the main menu. That's the step I missed. Okay. So now, backup options. Okay. SysNAND backup. This will take a minute. Create a SysNAND backup in GM9 out. Make sure you have enough storage space. This is generally why I don't do this step, is because it takes a minute to do it. But again, it's in the guide. It's recommended. I used to do it every time, but then I've never had a reason to go back for my SysNAND backup. Because usually the kids break the DS by then. So you can also do this at any other time, right? If you happen to get an error, make sure you have at least 1.3 gigabytes of free space. It's going to take forever. The next steps basically tell you go back, relock the permissions, copy your boot.9 bin to GM9 out, turn off your system, put it back in the computer, copy all these files back over and keep them on your computer in a safe place in case you ever needed your backup of your SysNAND. This used to be, again, more something that would be when the exploits were more dangerous, I would say, and you had a better chance of bricking your DS before there was these automatic Luma updaters, before there was the homebrew launcher, before this was more important. It's not quite as important today, but in the interest of being thorough, as somebody who works in with computers and tech, I won't ever tell you not to take a backup, right? Because it's always a good thing to take a backup. Again, I'm more willing to. It's up to you. I'm going to leave that decision up to you. You can see how slow it's going to go. This thing that says it's going to take almost 20 minutes. I don't really care because this isn't my main device, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the rest of it. So I might as well cancel because I'm not gonna copy it to the computer because I don't really care about this DS. So yeah, let me see if I cancel it. B button detected. Cancel. Yes, cancel. I really don't care. But again, I won't tell you not to because it's your system. So all right, you can boot Luma system by default. Let's see what else we got going on here. Check on a couple other things. But otherwise, I mean, we're really done here, right? If you ever did want to upgrade your SD card, all right, good job, Model. Yeah, if yours is going, that's a benefit to a new 3DS. You've got the faster processor. It's going faster. This thing is old and slow. So, A to continue. Back. Okay, exit. Write permissions were changed. Relock them? Yes. Okay. And then press start to reboot. And that's it. This thing's done. Yeah, 3 minutes. That's like I was saying. That's the hey Vash, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. That's going to be the advantage of a new 3DS system. So you know that now here let me do this just so you I'm gonna hide. Let's see, hide this. Yeah, let's hide that. And I'll go ahead, I'll make my make me a little bigger here. There we go. Hello everybody. And you'll see why I'm hiding the screen here in just a second. We're gonna go ahead. You know, I have where did I put it? Give me just a second here. Not that. Let's see. Like I said, my desk is a mess. So forgive me. But I'm going to take the SD card out. I'm going to stick it back on my computer, but I'm not going to be sharing this on stream. But I do want to show you this process, so give me just 1 second. But I want to make something abundantly clear before I get started. So 1 second, people. Thank you for your patience. I could have swear I had it right here. Not that one either. Check this. No, it's not in there. I'm all unorganized and shit. I'm so sorry. Let's check back to the stream. All right, we still got people here. That's good. Yeah, I do want to share this with you. But I need to find something before I do. What I'm trying to find, and it was literally here this morning. I just freaking had it. Let's see if I got another one. Hold on. All right, well, I'm looking for, because I do have it, the cartridge for this game, and I was going to show you how to install a backup. But I did want to I did want to show it on stream that I have the actual physical cartridge here, so that it is all clear that I am installing it from, you know, a legit backup. But now, where the hell did my cartridge go? I don't know. Because it was just here. Very, very frustrating, I gotta say. Yeah, the kids gave it to me first thing this morning, and I came and I set it right here on my desk. But alright, well, I guess I can still show you how it installs here. Just a second. So I stuck the SD card back into my computer, where I previously had made a backup of this, you know, legit cartridge. So let me show you. So backups. Copy to SD card. Paste. All right. Let the copy over real quick. Check the chat. Secret stash. All right. Good job, Mazam. Yeah, hopefully you saw that I said that it is... the reason your backup went so quickly was because... of your new Nintendo 3DS. That is why it was able to go so quickly, because of the faster processor inside that. So I have 2 more minutes on this copy. I'm still gonna look for this thing. I should just clean, you know, my desk. But what's the fun in that, right? You know what's going to happen is I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to find it, like, immediately. Because that's the way it always works. That is correct, Mazam. That's right. That's what I was saying. It has a better processor, and that's why it is better for streaming. I've never tried to stream from the old model. I don't know anybody that has, so... your mileage may vary if you want to try it, but it's almost done. Oh, my buddy Justin's here. Hey, Justin. Glad you could join us. You will see here shortly which game. I wanted to show you the cartridge first. I really don't know where the heck it went, because it was... There it is. I found it. I found it. It was right here in front of me the whole time. All right. So, proof. Legit cartridge. Okay? This thing is 100% real. This is not a fake one. This is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. That has been backed up previously. So this is a legitimate cartridge. I knew it was right there. It was just underneath of it. Hiding in plain sight, as they say. So I have the backed up CIA file on my computer. And all I'm doing is I'm just copying it over into the SD card into the CIA directory. And it just finished. And okay, stick the SD card back in the 3DS. Now, when you do it this way, you got to actually have double the space of whatever the CIA file is, right? So I had to have the amount of space to copy the file to the SD card, and then you got to have the amount of space to actually install the copy onto it. And then once it's installed, you can delete the file, but initially you got to have double the space required for each file. So that's why bigger SD cards are recommended. All right, so I opened up FBI on the DS. We're going to go to SD, go down to the CIA directory, and there's Luigi's Mansion. Install and delete CIA. Are you sure you want to install? Yes. And now, again, we just let it roll. It'll start going here in just a second. It's gathering all the info. You'll see the space drop up here. Oh, there it goes. And it says it's going to take about 12 to 13 minutes to install. And that's it. Yeah, so let me scroll back up for you, Mazem. After the backup, let me send you this link because this is what you're going to need. Oh, you just sent me something on Twitter here. Write permissions are locked. Relock them. Yes, relock them. And let me tell you where you're at here. So this is the final page that you're on. You're down here in section 8. Oh, you can't see my screen anymore, but you're on section 8, and you're on step 7 from that picture you sent me. Section 8, step 7, on that link is where you're at, Mazem. There's a total of 18 steps, so you're just slightly halfway. Almost halfway. But that's it. We've got modded 3DS. We've showed you how to get Luma custom firmware. That's the main point of this walkthrough stream video that we were doing today. Was to get you to that point, and eventually if some Google, keep asking questions, you will get to the point where you can install backups, right? Backups onto your device. So this is going to keep this from getting lost or anything, right? So we could play the backup of this, right? That's where we're at. But I don't have much else for you guys today. I know Mrs. BFG is going to be... Yeah, you'll have to end the steps. You'll have to... Yes, you'll need to figure that out. Again, if you have questions on Twitter, go ahead and reach out because I'll help you out. But basically, relock the permissions. You're going to then, once you get back to the main menu, power it off. Go into your, put the SD card back in the computer, take the backups off your SD card, and save them somewhere on your computer. Is basically what the rest of those steps are. So after you did that, then you're good to go. To back up so you can do installation on. Hey, you might. I would recommend it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, and Omega, when you get to it, if you have trouble, please reach out, bro. I'd be happy to help. So, if when you're going through it, if you have any issues, just feel free to reach out, and yeah, I'll be able to help you out if you're having any trouble. So, but yeah, that's all I got, my friends. Hopefully this was helpful. I know at least we got Mosm taken care of, which is great. I'm not sure if there's anybody else following along. Didn't seem like it, but that's okay. And I know the rest of you say you want to watch it later, so that's great. Hopefully you don't have any trouble. Hopefully it goes nice and smooth. The 2 points I would say be careful about is make sure your file names are correct, your date and time is correct, your system is updated to the latest version, and then getting those buttons, holding all of them down at the same time. Mosm got it right away too, so that's good. Last time I did it, I had trouble. So, how many games can you fit into a 4 gig card? It depends. So games like Super Mario Maker, really small. That game is tiny. Games like Smash Brothers, huge. You could probably just fit Smash Brothers on a 4 gig card, and that's probably going to do it. Smash Brothers and Mario Maker might be the only things you could fit. It just depends on the game. Bigger games are going to take longer. Let me look at how big some of these games might be if you were to happen to find them somewhere. Let's see. Hyrule Warriors, that's 2 gigs just by itself. Street Fighter 4, almost another 2 gigs, right? Link's Awakening, DX, that's the Game Boy version. That thing's small, right? That's 4 megabytes. And Animal Crossing New Leaf is almost a gig, right? What else we got that people like to play on the 3DS? Ocarina of Time is half a gig. And again, so if you're gonna do the part where you have to copy the file over, right? You're gonna need a half a gig to store it on the SD card, and you're gonna need a half a gig to install it. So you're gonna need a gig just to install it, but then you'll get a half back after it's installed because you can delete the file. Hopefully that makes sense. Majora's Mask is over a half a gig. Link Between Worlds is over a half a gig. Super Mario 3D Land, actually not too bad. A couple 100 megabytes, 300 megabytes. So, what else we got? Kids love Terraria. That thing's small. Terraria's tiny. Mario Party, the top 100. That's like 300. Planet Robobot, Kirby Planet Robobot. As for the video, maximum capacity SD card or type of SD card the 3DS won't take. That's a good question. I don't have an answer. You're not the first person to ask that, actually. I had that question before the stream, like when I first announced this. And I had said I wasn't sure. I said 128 would probably be safe. I think it can handle up to 256. Let's see if Google will tell me. Let's see what it says. What's the maximum SD card the 3DS supports? Anyone know? Biggest anyone's tries is 128, but 256 cards do exist. This is really old. This is 7 years ago. Let's see. Tiny 16. 64 gig is what I use in mine, by the way. I recommend 128 if you want to go big, but I use 64 and I haven't ran into any trouble. by the way. 32 is honestly what I have in the kids' DSs, and they haven't run out of space either. So that's really smart, Mosm. Actually, you're exactly right. But then I would remove these specific files that are in the guide, where it says delete date serial number .bin, date serial number sysnan.bin from the GM9 out, because they're taking up space you don't need. But if you were to ever upgrade the SD card, that's exactly what you do. You take a backup of everything to your computer, copy it to your computer, put the new SD card in, and copy it over. Oh, 4 gig. Yeah, you're gonna want a bigger one, bro. So yeah, you're gonna want to upgrade. It's in the bottom section here, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna screenshot this and send it to you on Twitter so you don't forget it. You're gonna need to do this if and when you want to upgrade your SD card. When you want to upgrade, because you're gonna want to, as you start exploring the benefits of having a modded DS. 4 gig just isn't gonna cut it, my friend. So there you go. Personally on Twitter, sent that out. Upgrade instructions for SD card. And that's it. So we are almost done with Luigi's Mansion 2 here. 3 minutes left on this. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. About ready for another bubbly. These when they're done. Killed 2 of them. But yeah, I want to thank Zombie. I want to thank Mosm. I want to thank Omega Ace. I want to thank Justin for stopping by. I want to thank Vash for popping in. I want to thank EC Myers for hanging out and giving me some views and likes. Apologize to EC Myers for the racy comments. Lit Gaming. Appreciate you. Big DJ, thank you, sir, for coming by. Edwin Quesadilla Padilla, Wrestling with Games. I don't want to miss anybody. I thought we had somebody else here earlier as well. Retro Ryan, of course, had to say thank you to Retro Ryan. Hopefully, he gets the LS swap done. Yeah, guys, I'm happy to help. Please reach out if you have any questions. Anybody on watching this later, reach out on Twitter. At BigFamGamer is my Twitter. Should see it here on the screen, upper right. And yeah, I think we're good here. So enjoy, please, and. Hopefully, Mosm, you'll be doing some no death runs from your 3DS soon, because you got that new one you can set up streaming. That's a whole nother setup there. And if you remember that night when I was getting mine set up, it takes a little bit. So if you have issues with that, reach out. Happy to help anybody. But yeah, I think for sure, Ace, please do. And yeah, that's all I got. That's it. I think Mrs. BFG will be happy to see me come back in. So, Edwin, you're welcome. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. So I hope everybody has a good afternoon, good weekend, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.